Now I've issued new instructions, amended survey instructions, and the project will be back to instructions issued. You will receive a notification by email about that. Now everything's back to live. You can add new survey documents, and your checklist now is set to amend your checklist because you've selected that survey document as being affected by your request. So the ACLS wants you to complete a new checklist for that one. So if you go to amend checklist, that will bring you onto the ACLS side there, and same thing as Brent explained before, you can copy a checklist from a previous one. So you want to say some more there, Brent?
Sure. Just in that it's the same process we've been through, but now because there was both checklist 22 and checklist 22A associated with a survey document, I have access to both of those. So I can pick which one I'm going to use to populate my third checklist for this particular survey document. And other than that, we go through the same process that we've already seen.
Yeah, if you can do, because it's going to generate a checklist with the next letter in the, so it's going to be 22A, B in this case. Yeah, you have to provide a name again. So, and when you go through the cycle there, it's going to be 22B in this case, and it's so forth. And if you click the next here, you won't have to upload anything in this case, and instructions are going to be issued automatically when you request your survey instructions, and you'll be good to go. You'll be able to add a survey document. So you see your survey instructions is all enabled now. Yeah, you're ready to go. If you go to your project detailed, you can add the survey document, and in this case, I think the choices are there's only one choice, one or two perhaps, and so you're good to go without any SGB intervention. 3. So well site pipeline, and then there's a checklist specific for that as well. And as for the log of these, I think I have to talk with our CSU unit with the West to see how it works. I don't exactly know how it works, but I think when the plan reaches their office, this is when it goes on in the queue there. So the same principle. There's a checklist that is going to be specific to a pipeline type of plan in oil and gas.
Okay, next question is Brent mentioned DWG, format endorsement blocks. Do these specific DWGs have to be used if we have our own blocks already created, or are they for convenience only?
Yeah, you can use your own block if you want. These are there as a guide, as a reference, but if you have your own and they're very similar, I don't see any problems. As long as the plan looks like the survey, the specimen plans in chapter D1 and D5 or any other chapters, I think it's fine.
Yeah. Okay. I have another question. Okay, what about projects that have already been issued instructions but not yet complete? Can they be brought into this process?
That's a very good question. Like I was explaining, as of before March the 16th, we were using an application, we called that application the e-instructions. So if you requested your instruction through the e-instructions portal, these projects will be visible to you through the My Project panel here, but you won't be able to add a checklist to those because they're old projects. They're not linked to a checklist per se. So if you want to bring those projects into the new with the checklist functionality and all of this, you have to send a request to your client liaison office, and the client liaison office will close the project, the previous project, and we'll create a new project in the new system, and we'll do the proper cross-referencing, and we'll upload the documentation for you under the new project, and then you'll be good to go with the checklist application. So that request needs to be sent to the client liaison office of your province.
We're encouraging the membership to vote on this bylaw that we're presenting in a few months, and if the bylaw is successful, the use of this checklist system will become mandatory. However, currently, or coming up at the end of this week, I believe, the Surveyor General branch is making the use of this system for the issuance of survey instructions mandatory. But a clarification on that: if you did not access the system and you sent in a paper package to the Surveyor General branch for issuance of survey instructions, they would still receive that paper package and they would still issue survey instructions, but they would issue them through this system. So they would be accessible to you through MyCLSS in the future. And if the checklist side of things does become mandatory in the future, and again you don't wish to use the system, again it's still mandatory, it still needs to be done, but there will be a facility through the ACLS office to allow you to provide, to work with the ACLS office essentially so that they'll do the input on your behalf for a fee.
For a fee, yeah. I have a question that came in through email. Does PDF of plan sent to ACLS with complete checklist need to be a signed version? If so, this introduces a scanned version instead of a converted DWG or PDF version.
Right. So we were cognizant of that concern, and therefore at this time we're saying no, it is not a signed version. It's a version just before you would be prepared to sign it. So it should be the same as your signed version, save and except for the signature.
Okay. Question: do we still need to send 3 copies of the survey report?
I would have to check with the clue. I guess my best bet here is to call your client liaison office and ask them directly this question, because it might vary from a province to another one. We do need at least one here for the official records in the CLSR. Yeah, this is call your client liaison office on that, please.
Okay. Question: if we are working on an oil and gas company, if we are working for an oil and gas company, when does the project get a project number? Is it once the application has been received by IOGC?
No, the project number is in the oil and gas. You get a project number as soon as you hit the request survey instructions, because it's auto-issued survey instructions. So you get a project number right there. Like we just got a project number right away.
I think maybe to supplement that, we do recognize that the oil and gas process is a little bit different than any other process, and that we are working on a sort of policy and procedure type of paper that we expect to issue fairly soon to help guide those particular projects. We're excited about the system. We hope we've designed something that's efficient and useful to the surveyor, and it has some complications, it has some nuances, and we're certainly available to support you as you get used to it. So by all means, use those links at the bottom of the page to contact ACLS and Surveyor General branch as you work through the process, and refer to the various products on the help page to help guide you through the process. And certainly JC is fully conversant in this and is available to help you.